Just had a brief conversation with some guy that thought he could access a local repeater, a big repeater here in town, without identification. And that bothers a lot of us. Bothers me especially. You know, a lot of people work very hard to get where they are with their meager amateur radio license. There's a lot of nations out there that require you to have a passport to cross their borders. We do the same here in the States. You have to show some kind of identification or you're considered an illegal alien. And these days, they're rounding them up and sending them away. Remember all those drivers out there that drive trucks and they run people over and through traffic and they don't know what they're doing? And there's a lot of life and property at stake. And they're losing their so-called license because those licenses aren't real. They don't have addresses here in the States. They're from out of the country and they come in and make their money and send it back home. They're taking those licenses away too. Listen, if you get on the repeater and you refuse to identify yourself, there are gatekeepers. I guess I'm a gatekeeper. I've been called a gatekeeper, a ham ambassador, or a ham ambassador. You know, listen, there's a lot of people out here that work very hard to put those things together and earn their licenses and achieve their awards. I get that now. I really do. You don't need to be here. You need to be in the CB radio or use an FRS radio where you can talk whatever you want to talk. You can hide behind your keyboard there and say whatever you want to say. But on the air, you really need your passport, your amateur radio license, in order to access this equipment. It's easy to do, but chances are people aren't going to talk to you. And if they talk to you, they're not going to be really nice at all. And if they run into you at the clubs, they aren't going to be nice to you at all there either. You're going to be shunned and you will be outcast. That's why the elitists act the way they do. They have to police, they have to self police and protect what they have earned and what they've built. I get that. I've seen it. I've gone through it. I've done some earning too. Not as much as many, but I've earned a little bit. I'm at least a general class. I'm considering going for extra. I'm considering doing the Morse code and getting that done. But until then, I'm going to be a local gatekeeper. And you're not going to want to run into me on one of these local repeaters because I'm not going to be very nice at all. This is for those that have strived to learn, educate themselves, attain those licenses, those awards. They're learning stuff and they're working with people that do the same. Don't be surprised somebody's going to be ugly if you decide to saunter in here and do whatever you want like you could on the CB radio. It doesn't work that way here. Please don't come in here and ruin it for everybody. And make for sure that if you have an emergency, it's a real emergency because a lot of these guys are going to mistake that and take you for what your word is worth. Don't waste their time because they're doing a lot of work. They're doing a lot of things to make sure that people get the help when they need it. And if you waste their time, they will show you have wasted their time. And there will likely be trouble. They may not show up at your door. They may not hunt you down. They may not track your frequencies and your transmitters. They may not do any of that. But they aren't going to be nice when it happens. And you may lose the opportunity forever to use that kind of equipment and a privilege. It doesn't matter if you pass the test. They will recognize your voice and your relationship will be ruined. Trust me. Watch the gatekeepers because they're there. Just watch it.